Hello, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, as you can see, I've managed to get home from work in time to be able to watch the expansion reveal for World of Warcraft in precisely 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, I'm sure like many people who watch these videos have had an experience with World of Warcraft, and obviously I mainly make videos on Final Fantasy XIV now, but when I made this channel a while ago, it was originally intended to be a World of Warcraft channel, and then they released Shadowlands, and well, they released they released BFA, and then I lost all kind of love for the game, and I made a video about that a while ago, which you can watch if you wish. But I do still keep tabs on the game. And I do still, because I still have a love for the universe that it's the Warcraft universe and the characters and everything like that. Although Shadowlands did best to ruin some of the characters, but that's by the by. So I'm always going to have an interest for this game, which is why I decided to react to the expansion reveal. Obviously, now I'm just kind of trying to give some context, but obviously if you're here just to see the reaction, just use the chapters below hand and skip on ahead to it. I'll put it in the chapters. Oh, there it is, BFA. God, what a shame. Although Mechagon was good. I liked Mechagon. That was a good zone. I'm very interested to see, because like I spent so many years like playing this game, and loving this game, and it's very strange to be in a situation now where obviously I don't play anymore, and I think for the past like decade of my gaming life, maybe twice or 3 times a year, I will get the overwhelming temptation to play WoW. No matter what else I'm doing, I will get the temptation to go back and play some WoW. And I have to say, for the past year and a half, I haven't had that feeling at all. I mean, I guess I have been scratching the MMO itch elsewhere, but it's very weird. Like, I don't really have any sort of positive or negative feelings to WoW. I just don't really. I feel pretty, I don't know. It's something that exists, and I don't really think about it too much anymore. But let's see if they can change that. Like, I'm always open to it, and I've seen some of the leaks, and some of them are quite interesting, but perhaps we'll see if they exist or not. And I'm open to seeing if they can get me to play again. I'm not a one MMO or one game person. One game Andy. I will play more than one game, and I will play more than one MMO. If they make a good game, and I think they've made good changes, then I'll play it. Why not? I put a lot of time into WoW. Alright, I'll try. Obviously, I'm not going to pause it because it's a live stream. And I'll. Okay, here we go. Having a little recap of previous. Let me see if I can turn this up. It's a bit quiet. I love that trailer. Okay. So it's just that introduction to what's going on? Brilliant. What's next then? I thought they were going to just open with the trailer, to be honest, but where is it now? No.
Hi everyone, I'm John Haidt, General Manager for Warcraft.
Oh, there he is, Robot Ian.
Today are my friends Ian Hausakostas, who is the Game Director for World of Warcraft, And Holly Longdale,
Hi.
who leads up the production team for WoW Classic.
Oh,
Really
okay, so we
appreciate
get
you
some more
tuning
classic
in.
news.
I know we're really excited to be able to give you updates on what's happening in World of Warcraft. But first, I want to thank our community for all the feedback you've given us this year.
Really?
And especially our community council,
Okay.
who helped shape and influence the updates that we've done recently and
Prove it.
what you're going to see in the upcoming year.
I mean, really, for Shadowlands in particular, the story of the last 9 months or so of this expansion is all about the community, and it's shaped by what we've been hearing from them, and us realizing as a team that we just collectively needed to do a better job.
Damn right you did.
The community felt heard, and so that led us to the changes we made in 9.15, but also really re-examining some of the assumptions and foundations of World of Warcraft about things like character investment and mains versus alts, or how catch-up should work, or the appropriate role of friction in our systems. And I think 9.15 represented a step in the direction of letting players have more freedom to play World of Warcraft the way they want to play it.
Are you going to do that
really
from the beginning, though?
And content updates
Is
from
the
the
question.
ground up around those principles.
What are some of the things that the community said that influenced your decisions for Eternity's End?
Things like the method and pacing of acquisition of the Covenant Legendary item, tons of tuning, and I think every step of the way, we were listening to make sure that we were carrying forward those lessons learned in the course of 9.15 into Eternity's End and beyond.
So WoW Classic was really came about because
I'll
of the
believe it when I see it.
They continue to help guide and support us as Classic evolves.
World of Warcraft has always been about the world and the players that inhabit it, and we are in a lot of ways curators and caretakers of that journey and of that experience. And so once this Classic community formed and grew, we had to listen to them.
It's this tide of listening to the community and paying attention to what is a good experience for our players now. And where we really saw a sea change in this idea is with our Season of Mastery round, which is a Season of Fresh Start Classic. And initially, we were
That's a good
talking
idea,
about
but I
it
think
like
they should have gone
it's going to be
further with
a
it,
fresh
really.
start. Let's try this experiment in a season. It'll be about a year long. And then when the community found out about it, we started seeing this upswell.
Yeah, the team just took that idea and ran with it and turned, you know, what started out as a small community project into this Soul of Iron system that became a centerpiece of Season of Mastery and a whole new opt-in hardcore mode that we've seen communities built around. Lots of, you know, thrilling victory and painful defeat.
5 hours. I made it 5 hours.
Yeah, and it continues, like Burning Crusade Classic. We wanted to balance the Paladin seals between Horde and Alliance, so we made an addition there. We wouldn't have gotten there without the community's input.
So, influence the community. You've got another update and pretty significant controversial change for this.
Yeah, cross-faction play coming in 9.25.
Oh, right, yeah.
On a
I know about
right
that.
now, as a big
Ian,
centerpiece.
cross-faction. You're breaking with a 17-year tradition.
Yeah, it's something. It was not an easily.
I mean,
decision by any means,
as far as I'm
and
aware
it's
of this,
one
it's
those
because
areas
just
where
the
really
faction of balance was
we
so bad
take
that
to
no one
heart
played Alliance
community
anymore.
Feedback and requests, and ask ourselves as a team whether there's a way to accommodate such an earnestly held desire and still feel like we're
Don't know
being
why you
true
would play
to
Alliance,
the
but-
roots of the game. Yeah, I think players
I
desire
actually
to
played
play
both.
with their
I actually
friends
played both.
who might prefer a different faction, or to play with the faction that they more closely identify with.
Yeah.
Even though their raid group.
I
is
think
elsewhere.
ultimately
It's really
it's a
important for
good
me.
choice.
I play a lot of alts, and I love absorbing the story for each race, and having that ability to play with all of my friends across factions is fantastic.
At the end of the day, the battle cry is for the Horde. It's not against the Alliance. It's not death to the Alliance. It's about pride in one's faction. And I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that while giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make time and time again.
I can't wait to do this. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that I never knew had a max level character in the other faction suddenly come out of the woodwork.
And then, you know, with these cross-faction groups, many of them are going to be diving into something new that we're doing to kind of cap off Shadowlands, a Season 4. Kind of a remix, a bit of a greatest hits, revisiting all of our raid zones across the expansion, bringing in some familiar older favorites.
Right, fucking hell, right. I sound completely
Who
buggered
leads
up.
up the production team for
So-
WoW Classic. I really appreciate you tuning in. I know. So
Okay.
Without further ado,
I'm about to jump onto
let's
YouTube
watch the cinematic.
because I can rewind. Okay. All seems good. Okay. 10,000 years ago.
The world has been sundered.
I mean, it looks stunning.
Cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We
Hello?
entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
Okay.
Let the land slumber, hidden, even from our own eyes. You will feel our
Crystarium?
return in the waking of the land. Then, you must light the beacon of Tearhold,
Right.
lest the path home be lost to us forever.
I mean, this looks really interesting so far, I'm going to be honest. Oh. Oh. Oh no. I just expected a load of dragons. This is not what I expected at all. All right. Don't really know what's going on, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, his mossy hand. Okay. Oh no. Is it going to crumble? Yes. Your duty was fulfilled. They're the dragons! Wow, that looks insanely good, I have to say. That looks so cool. Wow.
The world is healing, but her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again.
Right, I like this.
New age of dragons
I like this a lot.
shall begin.
Oh, Dragonflight. So it is called Dragonflight. Oh, I like the design of the title card as well. You know what? I like that. I really like that a lot. That was a very good cinematic. Which is not surprising.
Dragons!
Because
This
they're
is
so
cool.
good at making
No
them.
one saw
aren't
it
they?
coming.
No one saw it coming.
No.
Carefully kept secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the return
Yeah.
of dragons, the
Oh,
dawn
so
of the
it's-
new
okay.
age. Right, we've seen Rathian searching for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The beacon going off. Is
I
that
see.
summoning the dragons?
It is removing the
see.
concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world, but also beckoning the dragons back urgently in a time of need.
I assume pretty good variety of locales within the Dragon Isles. It's
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new
okay.
starter
Oh,
zone
so there's
that we'll
still
get to in a
leveling.
second.
Can you
Interesting.
talk a little bit about
Interesting.
how the
New
team
starter
found
zones as well.
ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment, whether it's magma activity, volcanic activity, whether it's the icy wastes of the Azure Span, and each one of those has a connection to a dragonflight that we've seen before. And it's going to be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
all right. You know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what
Whoa,
Dragonflight
what?
means for you as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race.
What?
The Drakthir race.
Yeah.
Whoa!
A draconic
Whoa!
race, but dragons in Warcraft have the ability to take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite
What?
fit any of our existing classes.
True.
And so what we're doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. You know, adding a new race to World of Warcraft and not just an allied race. is something we
wow.
do lightly, but telling
Okay,
this
excellent.
expansion
That's
of the story
amazing.
is so focused around dragons.
That is hype.
felt
That is
like the
really
perfect
hype.
for it. So if you are a Drakthir, you will be the Evoker class. Drakthir can only be
Evoker?
Evokers. Evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why only a Drakthir could be an Evoker is that an Evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects with the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has. The ability to actually take flight and do an Onyxia-style striking deep
Whoa.
breath over the battlefield, land on the other side, knock everyone back with a wing buffet.
This is cool.
And then
This is
unleash your
really
magical
cool.
abilities.
Yes, please.
The Evoker has 2 specializations. They're a hybrid of either range DPS or healer. And they wear
Okay.
mail armor. We figured,
Yeah.
you know, with the new hero classes we've added over the years, we have enough melee. We don't need more of those.
True.
And also probably don't need any more leather wearers.
The raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This is definitely a hero class. And so
Okay.
that means that, you know,
What does it
like the
start
Death
at?
Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58. And then they're
Okay.
going to have a new starter zone. So they're going to have a slightly
Ooh.
different journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts of Azeroth.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to be able to identify my Drakthir character?
Basically anything and everything. You know, skin color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos.
Wow, they
other
look
adornments.
amazing.
You
Those
can make
models.
this character the expression of your identity.
Human
in Azeroth.
models. Oh, they're like
New
blood elves,
zone.
basically.
New class.
Yep.
New race. Well, tell us about some of the system updates.
Oh no,
So,
systems.
Of course, the new expansion brings with it, you know, new systems, new features.
Oh, God.
I think in recent expansions, one of the things we've tended to do is really have these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that would then get left behind as we moved on.
That's
And
what I said in my
we've heard
video.
loud
I
and
crit.
clear
That's
from
one of my
players
crits.
That, you know, it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion,
Isn't it?
by leaving a large part of your character behind, by leaving a large part of your progression behind.
Isn't it?
So this time around, what we're doing is really pouring all of our energy into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core systems. Things
Okay.
like our progression systems, in this case, our talent system is something
Nice.
we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our UI. We want to take a look at professions.
So with the talent
Okay.
revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. a big piece of that was some of just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also, you know, that sense of hybridity that you could have. That's something that we've largely lost. And so the new talent system avoids directly pitting player power throughput choices directly against those sort of utility hybrid choices, because
so much better.
There's a right outcome there.
Yes.
And we also understand that, you know, there's a lot of strength in the flexibility of the modern talent system to let players customize their talents for a particular encounter or for dungeons versus PvP, and we don't want to lose any of that.
So John, UI?
Oh my God.
Great. That's great.
Yes, I got this
That's
30-inch
really great.
monitor trying to keep track of where I am on the map, all my buffs, and oh, over here, what's going on in chat. It has literally made my eyes go like this. So,
You're not alone in that. We've made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, but really this is a revamp. This is an overhaul. And so
Nice.
we're
It's what it
excited
needs.
to really
It really is
modernize
what it
the look
needs.
and feel while staying true to the origins of World of Warcraft. Now, at the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new and old alike.
and can I reduce elements, remove elements, if I want to explore the world and see the beauty of Azeroth?
Oh, so they're
When
just
it
putting
comes
this all
to
into,
specific
you don't have
elements,
to get
as much
mods
as
for it.
possible, we want to let
Add-ons
players
for it.
choose what to show and what to hide so that they can
Nice.
control it
That's
themselves.
good.
You mentioned professions. I have a critical question about this.
Go on.
Can I wear a chef's hat?
Yeah, I knew it.
Our approach to professions in Dragonflight is
You
really
didn't
all
answer.
about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want to be
Ooh.
a serious blacksmith, if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to invest time and energy into that, become a master crafter, be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new
There's a lot of
workflow system
nodding
to have a bit
from
more
me.
convenience than just spamming
This is
trade
great.
chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith can come along and make you the weapon of your
that's
dreams.
great.
I think we left out one thing, though. You can be a Drakthir, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons if not soaring over the lands?
True.
And so we're really excited
True.
to introduce
Ooh.
a feature that we're calling dragon riding. It's dynamic with everything from momentum to dive bombs, the ability to just
Whoa!
build that speed up and
That looks
feel
so
the world
cool.
rushing past you in a way that should be much more exciting than traditional flight that we've made available in the past, but that's also available for players through a customizable dragon mount right from the start.
So this is a skill you learn over time, right, to become an awesome dragon rider?
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects.
Does that mean you
of
can
your
fly
flight,
straight away?
But you will have this new form of flight from the start.
Oh
And
my
the dragon
God.
companion that you have is, of course, very thoroughly customizable, which is a
Oh,
new
I
thing
love the
for us for
proto-Drake
mounts.
models.
This is not just a generic dragon that everyone has, but a Drake that is yours.
Oh,
What do
that's-
you want its scales to look like? Horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces.
Ian, you're
and
ticking
more.
boxes.
Take your pick.
You're ticking my
This is
boxes,
so
Ian.
cool.
So the Dragonflight expansion is going to see players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Drakthir class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entire
Okay, I'm back. Camera just doesn't like me today. Right, we'll just carry on, and I think we're nearing the end of this anyway.
upgrade your own mount so that you can fly in a sense from the start. And of course, as
That's
with
so
any
much
new
better, man.
expansion, we have a new set of dungeons, a raid,
Yep,
and much
yep.
more to come.
We also have an alpha that will be starting up in the future.
Check out our website for more information and keep an eye out for those opt-in signups if you want to help us test out Dragonflight and give us even more feedback to make it better.
We do have a deep dive that follows this, so please stay around. Classic players, we haven't forgotten about you. You could probably guess where we're going to go next.
Ooh.
One of the all-time favorite expansions for World of Warcraft. Let's watch the cinematic.
Okay, so okay, cool. I mean, we'll watch this because this is my all-time favorite expansion. For WoW was when I started playing.
Forgotten. Did you think we had
I love this music so much.
my king yet?
Such a legendary expansion, man. So
My
legendary.
son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
And the most legendary cinematic ever.
When my days have come.
I mean, I
to
knew
an
this was
end,
going to happen, and
you
do I want to play it?
shall
I
be
don't know, maybe.
king.
Maybe. 2020. Oh, this year? I might have to free up some time. Oh no. That's
It's
cool
just
though.
incredible, isn't it? Every time I see the cinematic, I get chills. No pun intended, I get chills. As you saw, Wrath of the Lich King Classic is coming this year. It brings back so many memories. When you see that cinematic, what do you remember from Wrath of the Lich King?
Anytime you want to talk about undead frozen dragons,
Yeah.
how can you not go back to Sindragosa as the source? That was the first expansion I played with my youngest son. So I can remember on that platform, black goo and chunks of ice falling off and having to repeat that battle with the Lich King. But when we finally downed him, it was such an incredible moment. He jumped up out of his room and I jumped up out of my office. We're like, yeah, did it. So it's a very lasting tale for me.
So as you know, with this expansion, you will, in pre-patch, be able to play the Death Knight. They will start at level 55. You don't have to have a high-level character to make a Death Knight, so everyone
Easy.
will be able to make
Perfect.
one.
We're excited to give
I
players
don't have to level up a
some time
character.
before
Well, I
Wrath
do
officially
to
launches
70.
to
but-
get geared up and ready to jump into Northrend with everybody else.
And there are so many zones and areas to explore in Northrend.
I
And I want us
absolutely-
to talk about some of
I
our
remember
favorites. So
playing
for
a Death
me,
Knight during
Grizzly Hills
the
has a
latter
very
half
special
of
place in
oh,
my
Grizzly Hills
heart.
is beautiful,
The
one
music
of my
is some
favourite
of the
zones.
best I've experienced. in
So
World of
overpowered. I
Warcraft.
can't wait to play
I
one
still
if I
make
play
my way
it.
all the
Which
way up to Storm Peaks to try and find the time lost prototype.
seems like I'm going to be playing it.
Have yet
Fuck's
to get
sake.
it.
I've got to say Dragonflight. The wide open nature of the zone, Wormrest Temple in the center of it, it's an unforgettable expansion as both a developer and a player and kind of making that transition from one to the other.
Now let's talk about some changes. So one thing
Mm-hmm.
we looked at is Dungeon Finder, and it feels like how we envision Classic, Dungeon Finder is not a good fit for our community.
That was kind of the first step that may have eroded some of that social fabric. Now, as people have gone through the experience of going back
Get
to
rid of it.
vanilla, rebuilding those groups, relying on each other, not wanting necessarily a random participant just to show up and then leave.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
But today, you can do that in Shadowlands. You'll be able to do that in Dragonflight. It's a self-selected group of people who specifically want that different experience.
Yes.
Let's make sure that's what we continue to give them.
I think that's a good choice.
Leads right into arena teams in Burning Crusade Classic. So we listen to the community and we remove that because individual rating is preferable and a better experience for them than arena teams. Also, with Wrath of the Lich King, Barbershop, which allows you to customize your character. We're going to be adding a few more options that were not existing when Wrath launched. But also there's another side of this where we are not going to charge a real money fee. It was a paid character customization fee, right?
Yeah.
It seems the right thing to do that just be available in game for gold and we add more options to it, right?
It's sort of like spell batching in the
Well,
sense. There's a
yeah.
lot of technical advancements,
Yeah.
and it's not about the philosophy of what makes classic and what brings people together. It's just what's the better experience, and let's not artificially restrict something that we can provide a better version of just for the sake of nostalgia. And we're happy to say this is one of those cases.
So Wrath, the level cap's being increased to level 80, so we'll be introducing a level 70
if they'll
boost
go-
so that players
will they
who
do
want to get in with
Cataclysm?
their friends or just explore Northrend right away will be able to do that. You can't apply it to a Death Knight, but you will be able to use it otherwise. And of course,
The
we
boost.
have Inscription, a whole new profession, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, and as we
A boost.
continue this road to Wrath, we're going to be looking to getting a lot more feedback on beta, and we'll make changes as we need to.
Such an exciting time to be playing World of Warcraft. We have the return of the Wrath of the Lich King for classic fans and taking us somewhere new with Dragonflight. We're so excited to be able to bring these adventures to you. Don't forget, there's a deep dive on Dragonflight where you're going to get a
Is it
lot
just
more
straight after
information.
this?
Thank you so much for spending this time with us, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
And we'll see you in Northrend.
And in the Dragon Isles.
Hooray! I'm going to pause this now and just talk about some stuff. So, Wrath of the Lich King, yeah, cool. I want to mainly speak about, and I'll probably skim through the deep dive, just to see. So, but I'm going to talk mainly about Dragonflight because we know what Wrath of the Lich King is. I'm impressed. I am. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be entirely honest. I thought I was going to watch this video, and I thought this was going to be another episode of shit. Just being honest. And I am very impressed. I'm very impressed. I do have some thoughts or concerns, but hopefully that'll be answered within the deep dive. So, things that I like the new hero class and race style. I think that's really cool. The dragonflying thing is awesome. The fact that you get that straight away. That's a game seller immediately. Just that feature alone. The new zone looks beautiful, and I like the fact that it's being presented, or the Dragon Isles is being presented as a place where we go to discover and learn, as opposed to there is a big bad boss and we need to kill the big bad boss, which is just what every other expansion has been prior. So I like that. I like that they spoke about how they're changing talents back into something that I think it should have been, should be. I think there's a much better choice. And also making professions. I mean, seeing the profession gear and all of that stuff reminded me a lot of how professions are done in Final Fantasy XIV, which, you know, good. Copy games that do it well. Why not? Fucking Final Fantasy copied WoW during during Cataclysm, sorry, Mr. Pandaria. So copy each other, make better games. I have no issue with that at all. So that's good. I like that. My concerns are simply on and I mean, this cannot be answered now, and this will not be able to be answered until the expansion is released, is what is the story and how well is it going to be told, how cohesively is it going to be told. To me, it looks like, for various reasons, and this has happened before with Warlords of Draenor, but with Shadowlands, they've kind of, you know, they quit while they were ahead, I guess is the way of saying it, or just decided there wasn't much more they could do with that story, and they closed it up quite quickly and moved on to making Dragonflight. And now, yeah, when they did that before, when they basically gave, they I guess gave up is the right sort of phrase. They moved on from Warlords of Draenor. They made Legion, which was a very good expansion. I really enjoyed Legion. So I have positive feelings for this, but the main thing for me going forward, the concerns are, what's the story going to be, and is it going to be cohesively told, and is it going to make sense all the way through? And systems. Now, they spoke about upgrading systems that have been, you know, a staple, but are there going to be more limited time systems, borrowed power systems? Because, to be honest, that takes away my interest in playing the game. Although I'm intrigued, and I will likely level up and play a character from, you know, I'll level up a character to max level, but to keep me playing the end game, I don't want to be, you know, grinding up power that's not going to make any difference to me when the next expansion after that one's out. So that's what I'm wondering. Are there any grindy, weird systems that affects player power? Because I'm not massively interested in doing that. But I am intrigued, and I do think I think, like, with a lot of what Ian said, and a lot of the way that the expansion has been presented, I think it's a big thumbs up. I think I'm actually very impressed, and I didn't expect to be this impressed at all. As I said, I thought this was going to be, I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but so far I'm going to carry on watching the deep dive, and I'll probably edit through the deep dive because I don't know. I'll carry on watching the deep dive, and we'll see what they say, and hopefully my questions get answered.
Okay, I know, but you're kind of human. So the drag fear.
All right, I'm just going to stop this here because I don't think there's anything too interesting. Well, I'll just that's going to add much more in terms of what the actual game's going to be. I think they just talk about lore, which is fine. And there's while I was listening to that, I was scrolling through Twitter, which is a mistake. To begin with, but man, there's a lot. I just wanted to see the general reaction, because for me, I thought this is a step in the right direction, but there's so much like apathy and like disapproval and negativity when it comes to WoW, and I understand why, but like they've made some good choices here. Like I think that should be praised when they have, but again, I do understand the apprehension. It's been a while since they've done something good, and I do agree with the general consensus of I've just skipped across one of these now, that they do look a bit weird, don't they? This race, it does look a little bit weird. Although I do like the kind of mixed form look, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. For me, from what they said with the talents, like I'm going to conclude the video now because I don't think there's much more that's going to be revealed. But for me, the cinematic was good. I liked it. I like how it's going to seem like a step in terms of exploring a new world. I like the customizable dragon. I like the dragon riding. I think, yeah, I like the fact they're changing talents back to something better, or to what it was. I like our professions revamp. It looks good so far. But my concerns in terms of borrowed systems and temporary systems and borrowed power are still there. I need to wait and see. And whether the story is going to be cohesively told within the game and not within a book that I have to buy separately. I want to see that what happens within the game. But so far, yeah, they're doing some good things, and I think that should be praised. And I'm not one of these like, oh, why would you? As I said at the start of the video, I'm not a one MMO type person. We want multiple good MMOs. I'm not gonna prescribe to that fact of. I'm not gonna prescribe to the tribalism of fucking games. Stupid. So let's see how it does. Let's see how it does. I like dragons. I like dragon expansions. I loved Heaven's Ward. Perhaps I'll love this too. But we'll have to wait and see. So I don't know. I'll keep a little eye on World of Warcraft. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not sure if I'll do many more or any more videos as well. But I definitely wanted to do the expansion reveal because I just, I thought it'd be an exciting thing to do. But anyway, in terms of what's next, got some more videos coming out soon. So please do subscribe, and if you like the video, like it as well, of course. And make sure to follow me on Twitch, where I'll be starting my 6.1 MSQ playthrough, which I'll be starting this week. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and tell me your thoughts below. And do you think this is going to be good? Do you think the changes are boring? Do you think it's a meh, underwhelming? Or do you agree with me? You think this is, maybe it's not the most exciting, most hype expansion reveal ever, but I do think it is a step in the right direction. That's what I think anyway. Let me know in the comments below, but otherwise, I'll hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.